I am going to play for you video of Fox News propagandist Sean Hannity's sulking recognition that extremist Republican secessionist election denier Kari Lake lost. I really took pleasure in Kari Lake losing. You know, when it came to someone like Don Baldock losing in New Hampshire to Maggie Hassan, I was glad because Baldock is a disaster and Hassan is fine, and the better choice was Hassan. But I didn't take a deep visceral pleasure in it. I take a deep visceral pleasure in Kari Lake's loss because she is so extreme and she was so arrogant in her being extreme, and she was so confident she was going to win, and Trump was so confident she was going to win, and it really would have been a disaster. I also have friends in Arizona who were really hoping she would lose, so I'm glad all around. Here is Sean Hannity, while wrapping up an interview with Adam Carolla, offhandedly mentioning, I don't know, I guess they kind of called it for Katie Hobbs, who, by the way, shouldn't even have been running. And I'll address that in a moment, too. Check this out.
Land safely and be alive. You know what? I think that says it all. Adam Carolla, as always, we appreciate you being with us. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, apparently they did have a drop in Arizona, and Fox is projecting that Democratic Secretary of State, who should have recused herself, Katie Hobbs, has been elected governor of Arizona. Straight ahead.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know. They're telling me something like the decision desk called the race. I don't know. There was a dump. There was a vote dump. She shouldn't even have been running. So this is great. I absolutely love this. And on the entire she shouldn't even have been running thing, listen, if you want to seriously talk about when a Secretary of State runs for governor, should there be some kind of special circumstance where they have to go through a certain distancing from how the election is run? Because it's absolutely true. Secretaries of State, to different degrees in different states, are involved in the running of the election. And if they are candidates in the very election they are helping to run, you can argue that's a conflict. I am more than willing to explore that and figure out what sort of general rules should there be when a Secretary of State is a candidate. But Brian Kemp was Secretary of State in Georgia when he ran for governor against Stacey Abrams, and none of these Republicans said a word about it. And when Kemp actually worked to close down early voting, reduce polling places, all of that stuff, Kemp was actually doing it. And then Stacey Abrams said, hey, you know, some of this stuff is like a little bit sketchy because this guy's a candidate and he's also making these decisions. All of a sudden, these very same Republicans, they didn't say, well, Kemp shouldn't even be running because he's Secretary of State. They came out and said, oh, Stacey Abrams is an election denier. Stacey Abrams is an election denier. So they are complete and total hypocrites. Complete and total hypocrites. They are pathetic. And I just love, I mean, look at this face from Hannity. Look at this sulking face. I don't know. They're kind of telling me something about a vote dump. I don't know. They say she won, but she shouldn't even have been a candidate. Okay. Great stuff. Good thing Kari Lake lost.